Over the past several decades, ESL education has gradually shifted from a focus on strictly academic or cognitive aspects of learning to a more holistic view. As the sociocultural perspective of learning has become more accepted, ELL identity and its relevance to second language acquisition has had greater influence on the way both researchers and educators view the language learning of these students. Within the sociocultural theory, learning is viewed as a process that is socially mediated, where social interactions and contexts are central to learning. According to Swain and Dieters, who have given a broad overview of the history of ESL education, learning is a process of becoming a member of a community and involves developing the ability to communicate through the language and behavior that are deemed acceptable by the community. With this perspective in mind, L2 learning can be impacted by the contexts in which the language is being learned, as well as the ELL's multiple identities across these different communities and contexts. In the field of ESL education, while second language acquisition is a major goal, the first languages of students are also important for supporting their learning because of the relationship these students may hold between their L1 and the target language. When students' L1s are used effectively in the classroom and are supported by educators, the skills and ideas that are available to ELLs from that language and heritage community can be used to support acquisition. As showcased by the study conducted by Wilson, Chavez, and Anders, supporting the maintenance of ELL's heritage languages can promote both identity advancement and target language acquisition. Additionally, second language acquisition can be affected by individual learner variables, which are often as a result of the social and political context surrounding the learning process. These contexts give rise to ELL's navigation of multiple identities. An example of this is with the student Hoon from the 2013 E article. Because of the stigma surrounding ESL students at school, he was compelled to create multiple identities for himself regarding his academics and social life. The political and social context in which this student in particular was a part of while in school was charged in a way that led him to disregard his ESL studies but continue to work on his other academics. The context of his second language acquisition and a desire to maintain his multiple identities within these contexts led to a decline in his target language learning. Overall, it can be seen that the inclusion of ELL's multiple identities across communities, as well as both their L1s and L2s, in schooling can impact the ways in which they learn. It is critical for those teaching ELLs to take into consideration the identities, individual learner variables, and first languages of their students to create more inclusive and accepting classrooms and social environments to improve second language acquisition.